All right, guys, we are back. We are back. And we are back with the story of Zinchenko to Ajax. Here we go. And then Marc Ter Stegen has also gone ahead to obviously make a move to see to it that he doesn't find himself in a position of maybe missing out onto what we call the World Cup. So smash the like button, comment, and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as don't miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name. And we've been away for some days, and I really told you about this when we are obviously heading into the week of elections in my country, that internet was obviously going to be switched off because it's really like a norm. Like each and every time we head into elections, they switch off the internet. You get? But we thank God we are still alive and breathing, and we obviously here to really listen to each other and give you what happened when I was away. First and foremost, what happened? Arsenal went ahead to draw with Nottingham 0-0, but that happened after Arsenal got to know that United had done the job for them by beating a team called Man City at Old Trafford by 2-0, and Arsenal failed to stretch their lead to more to 8 points in there for you. They would have gone to stretch it to 8 points. Were they 8 or 9? You get? But we wait to see what happens when Arsenal really hosts Man United this weekend at the Emirates. And remember, tomorrow Arsenal is going to be playing a team known as Inter Milan in the Champions League. And early morning, that match preview will be dropping here onto this beautiful channel of ours. That is the Rokani Media Football. So I think that is those are some of the things that really went ahead to happen in here. Yesterday, Barcelona was beaten, I think, by Real Sociedad by 2-1. You understand? So that is another huge shocker that went ahead to happen in there. So let's head to what Fabrizio Romano told us about Zinchenko, an Arsenal player so far, but we all know to it that his contract is running down by the end of the season. And we've been told that Ajax verbally agree on deal to sign Oleksandr Zinchenko from Arsenal. Here we go. Agreement in place over loan until June, leaving Nottingham Forest. Zinchenko will fly in the next 24 hours for tests, for medical tests in Amsterdam. Ajax will cover his salary deal in place, as Telegraph really reports. Now, Zinchenko is one of those players that was once in the Eredivisie. If you followed up on him very, very well. He's now 29 years of age, and he's really one of those players that came in through in the summer of 2022 at Arsenal and went ahead to put in a very huge shift in there for you. He's one of those players that everyone really loved, and because of what he brought to the club of Arsenal and his command and leadership skills, went ahead to help Arsenal really compete for the league, and ever since then Arsenal have been finishing second fiddle in the Premier League battles they've obviously gone ahead to be facing. So right now, I want to inform you that he was at PSV and he was loaned to PSV by a club known as Manchester City. That is it. So that is all about Oleksandr Zinchenko. So it's not gonna be something new for him to obviously play at a side called Netherlands. He's obviously gonna be playing at Ajax there. For the club of Ajax where he's really going as Zinchenko, let's check on how they're really doing in the Eredivisie and see what he's bringing unto them. Ajax Football Club. Ajax is seated third on the Eredivisie table. 19 games played. They're having 34 points, and they are 18 points off PSV, the table leaders. And looks like PSV are really enjoying a comfortable lead, because even the team that is really seated second, that is Feyenoord, is 16 points off the table leaders, meaning that they're obviously going to really clinch this trophy. That is PSV. And PSV is the former side where this guy really played. And obviously, Ajax is going to be fighting to finish second to see to it that they obviously qualify for what we call the Champions League. Remember now they take two teams from that side in there for you. So that's all about a side called PSV, and that's where Oleksandr Zinchenko is really going. And remember, they lost Hato, and they needed to obviously get in another defender because Hato could play as a central defender and as a left back. That is Hato for you. So from losing Hato, they're now having Zinchenko on loan, and I think they're really having a very huge opportunity to sign him permanently. Though I don't think that Zinchenko will be ready to play permanently that side. I think he's just trying to end this season on a very good side and then find an appropriate team for him. But for the club of Arsenal, he has no room. As one would have gone ahead to think that with the problems Arsenal is having at the left back, maybe they would have gone ahead to say, let's try to obviously bring him back and see whether he does the needful. Remember, Arsenal is having Ricardo Carafiori, Hincapie, all injured. You understand? And Lewis Kelly, I think, is the only fully fit left back they have. And Julian Timber, for the previous games, you've gone ahead to sit it. The manager's gone ahead to play him as a left back, yet he best thrives as a right back in there for you. So it shows you that Zinchenko's chapter at Arsenal is over. It's over, done and dusted, and it looks like it will never at any time really be the same. So that's all about Oleksandr Zinchenko. And we all know to it that he will pass the medical and he will be unveiled as an Ajax player. You know, his experience is really very important, and it has gone ahead to obviously touch very many teams, but we wait for how his future will be. He's not returning at Arsenal as his contract is really expiring this summer. And don't expect him to return. And Arsenal went ahead to pay him £35 million. And they're like, we admit he played what he played and he will obviously leave on a free. And Arsenal are really very okay with this. So we leave him at that. And let's obviously get to Marc Ter Stegen, goalkeeper at Barcelona. And due to his charge for really playing at the World Cup, he decides to leave Barcelona. And Fabrizio told us at Breaking, Girona verbally agree loan deal with Barcelona to sign Marc-André Ter Stegen. Here we go. After Marc Ter Stegen's green light last week, the two clubs also agreed in principle on loan move until the end of the season. 4 more steps expected to follow this week for the German goalkeeper. So, Marc Ter Stegen is really eyeing to play at the World Cup. Remember, Manuel Neuer went ahead to retire from international football. And his retirement from international football just leaves a very big void in the goalkeeping department on who is obviously going to be the first goalkeeper in there for you. And Marc Ter Stegen has always been second in command after Manuel Neuer, and his departure just sends a message that he will be the man commanding that. But I want to let you know that Marc Ter Stegen has not been having some good time at Barcelona, and is it Juan Garcia, whom they signed from Girona, came in through and obviously took over his position, and he was like, how am I obviously going to be getting in ample playing time to see to it that I obviously get into the team of Germany as the first choice goalkeeper. I know he'll be part of that squad, but being the first choice goalkeeper was really doubtful if he stayed at Barcelona, and Barcelona were like, we are not obviously going to be giving you any first team football. And there is no way you get into the goalkeeping department as the first choice goalkeeper of Germany when you're not obviously doing or getting first team football. With the goalkeepers that Germany really have, I tell you, he really had to make this decision. And I think it's a wise one for him. And it has gone ahead to give him a safe exit at Barcelona. Remember, he obviously had wrangles with the club. Remember when he had to obviously put in an apology as the club was willing to let him go. So I think he lived long overdue at the club of Barcelona, because when he heard that Juan Garcia is coming in through, he was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm willing to fight for my position. And I'm like, when they sign a goalkeeper at that match, it's obviously evident that you are not going to be a first choice goalkeeper. I saw it at Arsenal when Arsenal went in for David Raya. It was a signal to Aaron Ramsdale that it's over for you, And very many other clubs have gone ahead to make that. So if a decision is made and such amount of money is spent, I tell you, There is no looking back. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name, and that's what I had for you. Your reactions to these two stories are welcome in the comment section below. I'm out. Bye-bye.